Now, when we're talking about moto camping, it's gonna boil down to two different options. Do I pack the very minimum? Whoa. Or do I pack for comfort? That's gonna come down to the experience that you wanna have. For me, I pack for comfort. I'm out there riding with my uncle and my dad, and at the end of the day, just enjoy kicking my feet up and relaxing. Let's get into it. I break the essentials down to 4 different categories: shelter and sleep, cooking and food, clothing and personal, tools and extra. Now, to make sure I'm not missing anything, I paid a guy $212 to make me this beautiful list, which you can download for free in the description below. First up, we have this MSR Elixir 2 2-person tent. Now, this isn't on the cheaper end for sure. This is a little bit more higher end of a tent. But if you want to spend money on anything, definitely tent is the way to be, because if you get any rain at all, you don't want any of that coming in. This MSR tent packs down very tight. If you want to get a compression sack for it as well, that would definitely help for the sizing of it. Everything packs nicely into it. Very, very easy to install. Definitely worth the money, in my opinion. The pegs itself, which I'll show you here, they're pretty strong. I've had this tent for about 3 years now, maybe 4. And even the pegs are still standing up. Now, for sleeping setup, I ended up doing a little bit of a trade-off. I went with a higher end mat and a little bit of a lower end sleeping bag. Now, not to knock anything on this sleeping bag at all, it's been very useful, very happy with it. I also bring a nice fleece blanket if it does get a little bit on the colder side. But I typically wear a hoodie and a toque and some pants while I'm sleeping as well. So that's why I wasn't too stressed about the sleeping bag part. So this packs down very nice. Again, I haven't had any issues with this at all. Haven't had any rips, tears. It's very comfortable. I sleep like a baby when I'm out there using this. Climate pillow. This just blows up nice. What I find is don't overinflate it, kind of have it a little bit on the softer end, and then you'll be sleeping like a baby. Now, here's a fun fact for you. Do you guys know the show Hell's Kitchen? Well, yours truly on season 22 was not on the show because I was out camping. So, let me show you my cooking setup. Typically what I end up bringing for food is not those very expensive freezer dried meals that you can get at whatever store. I ended up like to cook my own stuff, and I'll bring it in this just little Milwaukee bag. So I'll pack all my food items in here, my snacks, whatever I have. It's a good sized bag. It can fit easily in the bike there. Hopefully in the future, I'm gonna show you guys a few cooking videos of some of the meals that I enjoy eating while I'm actually out there. So I pack my cooking setup in this kind of little tiny, not so well made bag, but it ends up working. There's a few rips and tears, so I'll have to replace it pretty soon, but let me show you what I got in here. First up, I ended up getting these Sea to Summit bowls and cooking ware. Been extremely happy with it, except for probably on the second night out, I ended up dropping it and put a huge crack right here. Now it still works, still vents out the side. There's also been some rat critters chewing on the side. So that's a good reminder for don't leave anything out there, even if you have cleaned the dish, because critters tend to like to go in. With this Sea to Summit, it obviously packs down extremely nice and easy. This is a nice bowl for oatmeal or some craft dinner or whatever you're having. Reminder on this one here, you cannot heat it or else this happens. So that's what happens when you don't read instructions, James. This one here is your cooking bowl here. So this is what you can use. Oh, it's a little bit dusty. Look at that. You guys did it. You made it to the halfway point. And to show my appreciation, I wanted to give you guys something. Here's a picture of a duck. Now, up next, what we have is some butane for our little stove. And what I ended up getting is a little MSR stove. Been extremely, extremely happy with this. Packs down extremely, extremely small. So that's a huge benefit. In here, we just have some cleaning items. Now, this is the little frying pan I bring. Took the handle off because it extended a little bit further than my what my bag was. Next up, we have my seasoning. Screw off here, kind of individual. And then you can use whatever one you want. Then up next, oh my God, I should get rid of this. Up next, we have a cutting board that I will no longer be using. I will find a different one. This is just a nice all-around knife to end up using. I'll also bring this big 4-liter sack of water. So when you don't have any water in it, packs away. Clothing and personal, I don't pack too much because typically you're on the bike most of the day. Even on a week-long trip, it really doesn't change that much. So first off, you want is a good set of rain pants and rain jacket. This is a little bug net. I didn't think I would use this. I couldn't tell you how many bugs were out there. It was ridiculous. Mosquitoes trying to get in, trying to suckle your blood. But yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. And then you can cinch it up to your neck and then you're good. So if you're going to an area where you know there's gonna be some mosquitoes and some bugs, maybe think about getting one of these. For tools, if you guys haven't checked out my tool video, here's a link right here for it. I'll give you some tips and tricks and hopefully get you set up. In this little magical bag, which doesn't get used that often, but it's nice to have just kind of as an emergency backup. First aid kit, Band-Aids, tape, tweezers, kind of you name it. It's got a few little things in there to kind of get by. So it's nice to have. We have a couple different ropes that I've got tangled up around a tree, set up your tarp if it's raining out. Now, when we are allowed campfires, this is a nice kind of cheater system. I bring one tie-down strap. You can use these in a pinch, cutting down some trees for some firewood. We got this rope chain, kind of goes between both hands and zigzags like that. And then this one I've been very impressed with. I got this at Canadian Tire. Works very, very well. Then I bring some electrical tape just in case. Now I do bring this. This is just a little tabletop. I bring this chair, very inexpensive off Amazon. Very easy to set up, lightweight, easy to pack anywhere. Now in this bag, I put my personal and clothing, and then I put the tools and extras in here as well. I try not to put any food on this side because the exhaust lives right on the back here. So you don't want to get things too hot in there or else you don't need cooking gear. Oh, or else you don't need cooking gear. Now on this side of the bike, this is where I pack the most important thing, my food and my cooking gear. In this top case, this is where I have all my sleeping stuff. I do that for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's nice and light. You typically want all the heavier stuff down below. Number 2 is when I'm gonna go set up my tent, I can easily take it off the 4 clips, walk my bag over to where I need it, and I have everything there. This is where I store all my camera equipment. Chargers, batteries, I even throw my drone in there. I do all that to give you guys the most subpar adventure riding videos out there. Found this video helpful, even a little bit. Think about hitting a thumbs up, subscribing, or even throwing a comment in there. Thanks for tuning in.